I want to start off with a little something here that I think would be important. And you may not be open to this, and that's fine. I call it end of the day feedback, and some guys would find this very offensive, and they're already feeling like they're kind of being parented and talked down to. So if one of your complaints is she's always being parental and correcting me, and it's very demeaning, then this end of the day feedback may not work for you. And I'll explain it. So this may not be for you, but if you're one of these guys that would like to know what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong without her gathering a huge list, she doesn't mention anything for 3 or 4 weeks or a couple months, and then she's having a bad day and she's wanting to accuse you of being a terrible person, and then she brings out this list of 25 things where you've been fucking up for the last 3 months. You need to, well, I didn't even know. And now you're just going to hit me with 25 things? I like to know when I mess up in the moment so they don't accrue, or certainly at the end of the day. And if you're one of these people that are blindsided by this huge litany of woes, and it's like, wow, okay, I didn't know I had been messing up that bad, then this end of the day feedback might be something that you would want to do. I hesitate to use the term report card because if you have a problem with this whole concept, that term almost makes it worse. If you want to do this, it would be best if she did it with the text, even if the two of you are in the same house. You're over in one end of the house, she's in the other, and she's going to give you the end of the day feedback. It would still be helpful if she would do it in form of text, because it'll be less personal that way. It'll feel less like a personal affront. So this is two-sided now. It's not just complaints anymore. It's what you've been doing right or what you haven't been doing wrong, which is the right thing. If you usually you take your shoes, dirty boots off by the front door, and then you leave them there, and then everybody has to climb over them when they come in, or she has to move them, and one day you didn't put your dirty boots by the front door, just take them off and throw them over there. That's technically something you didn't do wrong, which is something that you did right. So there's things you did right and also the things you didn't do wrong that you usually do. I know I'm saying right and wrong. That's very black and white thinking there. And then she's also going to follow that up with a few suggestions. I don't want her wording it, by the way, I would want her to watch this video. I wouldn't want her wording it, okay, well, here's where you messed up. Instead, it's like, okay, well, I noticed you did this. I appreciate that. And I noticed you didn't do this thing that you ordinarily do, and I appreciate that. And we probably need to work on such and such. So she's kind of wording it as a we thing instead of, well, you need to do this. So it's what you did right, along with a few words of appreciation about what you did right, and also some things that need to be worked on. That verbiage, for the NT wives that are watching this after the fact, that verbiage there, the way it's worded, is super important. Here's what I noticed you're doing right. Appreciate it. Here's a couple of things we need to work on. Hey guys, this is Mark, and if you click on the join button underneath all of my videos, for $9.99 per month, you can have access to members only videos. Skip Starbucks one day and it's paid for. And the members only videos will consist of excerpts from workshops that I've conducted in the past, both online and off, for neurodiverse couples, ASD spouses, and NT spouses. I'll be uploading new videos every week, so if you want access to excerpts from my previous workshops, and these videos will never be public on YouTube, then click the join button below, and I'll see you in the members only area.